My students, Dr. Oogway here, and today I bring you the video third from a cerebellum playlist. And in this video, we are going to talk about the morphological divisions of cerebellum. Clearly, so if we talk about the morphological divisions, there are three morphological divisions of cerebellum: one, two, and three. One, two, and three. Clearly, so what is the first morphological division of cerebellum? That's called as the archiocerebellum. Archiocerebellum. Clearly. It is also known as vestibulocerebellum. Vestibulocerebellum. Vestibulo because it is associated with balance. Clearly. So, what is this archiocerebellum? Number first point, it is phylogenetically oldest. Philo, phylogenetically oldest. What do you mean by phylogenetically oldest? That means it was the first to develop, first to appear, first to appear. It first appeared in evolution in aquatic vertebrates. In aquatic vertebrates. Clearly. So number first point in archiocerebellum or vestibulocerebellum, it is phylogenetically oldest part. Number second point in this archiocerebellum, it includes flocculus, it includes nodule, it includes lingula. Clearly, these are different parts of the cerebellum: flocculus, nodule, and lingula. In my previous lecture was in detail about these parts and some other parts as well. Clearly, so archiocerebellum contains flocculus, nodule, and lingula. Clearly, and what is the function of this archiocerebellum? It regulates balance and equilibrium. Clearly, so what if, now the clinical point, what if there is a lesion? What if there is a lesion of this archiocerebellum? What if there is a lesion of archiocerebellum? As it regulates balance and equilibrium, so first problem will be the loss of balance. Second problem will be ataxia. What do you mean by ataxia? Ataxia means loss of full control of bodily movements. Clearly, loss of control of bodily movements. Clearly, or we can say loss of full control of bodily movements. Clearly, and another problem, there will be nystagmus. What do you mean by nystagmus? It means rapid involuntary movement of eyes. To and fro movement of eyes, involuntary, to and fro. Clearly, rapid involuntary movement of eyes. So this was all about the first morphological division of the cerebellum. That's archiocerebellum. It is phylogenetically the oldest part. To it is the first part of cerebellum to appear in evolution. First appeared in aquatic vertebrates. Then it includes flocculus, nodule, and lingula. These are parts of the cerebellum. Clearly, and now it regulates balance and equilibrium. And what if there is a lesion to this part, to this morphological division? That's archiocerebellum. The lesion will result in the loss of balance, it will result in ataxia, it will result in nystagmus. Clearly, now moving on to the second so first part is clear, first morphological division. Now moving on to the second morphological division. Now our second morphological division is known as paleocerebellum. Paleocerebellum, or it is also known as spinocerebellum. Spinocerebellum. Clearly, in the first morphological division, it is also known as vestibulocerebellum. Vestibulo because it is associated with balance and equilibrium. Clearly, here we have the paleocerebellum or spinocerebellum. Now, the first point in this morphological division, it is the next to appear in evolution. Next to appear in evolution. First was the archicerebellum. Next to appear is paleocerebellum. Next to appear in evolution. Clearly, in terrestrial, it appeared in terrestrial vertebrates. 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 Clearly, uh, because these terrestrial vertebrates had limbs. Clearly, had limbs. So because of the evolution of the limbs, Paleocerebellum had to appear clearly, but it was the second part of the cerebellum that was that appeared in evolution clearly. So it was the next to appear in evolution. Number 2 point, it includes anterior lobe except lingula. Except lingula. It also includes vulva. It also includes pyramid. So paleocerebellum, it includes anterior lobe, it includes vulva, it includes pyramid, but it does not include lingula. Lingula is a part of anterior lobe. Lingula is a part of archicerebellum. Lingula is part of archicerebellum. So this is the second point in this morphological division. Number third point in this morphological division, what is its function? It regulates tone of muscles, tone of muscles clearly, and it also regulates coordination of movement, coordination of movements clearly. Now, the clinical point, what if there is a lesion of this morphological division of cerebellum? It will result in hypotonia. Why hypotonia? Because it regulates tone of muscles. If there is a lesion, the tone of muscles will decrease. So hypotonia. So that completes the second morphological division of the cerebellum. So second division is clear. Now we move on to the third and the last morphological division of cerebellum. Our third morphological division, that's also known as neocerebellum. Neocerebellum or cerebro cerebellum clearly. That is the third and the last morphological division of cerebellum. Neocerebellum or cerebrocerebellum. Number first point in this morphological division, it is the newest part in evolution. The latest part of cerebellum that developed in evolution is this newest part to develop clearly. Number second point, it is made up of posterior lobe except pyramid and vulva. So number second point in this morphological division is it includes posterior lobe, except it does not include pyramid, it does not include vulva, because pyramid and vulva, these are the parts of paleocerebellum. Now moving forward to the third point, what is the function? It regulates smooth performance and planning of voluntary motor activity. Motor activity. So any motor activity for its smooth performance, for clearly and the planning of that motor activity. Any motor activity for the smooth performance of that motor activity and for the planning of that motor activity, we require neocerebellum. That is the latest to develop in evolution. Clearly, now the clinical point. What if there is a lesion to this neocerebellum? What if there is a lesion to this neocerebellum or cerebrocerebellum? Clearly, if there is a lesion, it will result in dysarthria. Dysarthria. What do you mean by dysarthria? It means weakness of muscles. Weakness of muscles, which are used for speech. Which are used for speech. So we can say it. So dysarthria. Clearly, moving forward, if there is a lesion to the neocerebellum, another problem that will occur will be dysmetria. Dysmetria. What is dysmetria? It is, you know, calculation of the speed, distance, and range of motion. You know, to perform to perform any smooth coordinated movement, we should know the speed, we should know the calculation of the speed, we should know its distance, we should know the distance, we should be able to calculate the range of motion clearly. So If we are not able to do that, that's called a dysmetria. Speed, distance, and range of motion. Speed, distance, and range of motion. If there is a person who has dysmetria, he is unable to control the speed, he is unable to control the distance and the range of that motion, which are important for the smooth performance of any particular motion. Clearly, the third problem that will be is known as dysdiadochokinesia. Clearly, so lesion can result in dysarthria, lesion can result in dysmetria, lesion can result in dysdiadochokinesia. What is dysdiadochokinesia? It is inability. That means patient is unable to perform. Inability, inability to perform rapid alternating movements, alternating muscle movements. What do you mean by this alternating? Example: pronation, oblique supination. Clearly, I will show you the live demonstration. This is the supinated hand, supination, pronation. Clearly, so this is the alternating muscle movement. This is one example. Another example will be opening and closing of fist, opening and closing of fist. Clearly, so opening and closing of fist, closing and opening. So, if the person has the lesion of the neocerebellum, he cannot perform this rapid alternating muscle movements, and this is known as dysdiadochokinesia. Clearly, example: pronation, supination, opening and closing of the fist is the example of this alternating movement. And the another problem that will be is known as intentional tremors. Intentional intentional tremors. Intentional tremors, these are the tremors only only during movement. Clearly, here I will tell you a most important point. In the lesion of cerebellum, the tremors are intentional tremors, while in the lesion of basal ganglia, the tremors are resting tremors. Clearly, so tremors only during movement, these are known as intentional tremors. They can be tested. We can test the intentional tremors tested by finger nose test, or heel knee test. So this is the third morphological division of cerebellum, that's new cerebellum, and its lesion will result in dysarthria, its lesion will result in dysmetria, inability to calculate speed distance, its lesion will result in dysdiadochokinesia, lesion will result in intentional tremors. Thank you very much. I'll be back with the next lecture.